Hello everyone, welcome back to Technique Tuesday. So we're going to carry on from what we did last week, where we're going to talk about kind of opening up that thoracic spine and working on getting you into a better overhead position. So that might be for if you are hanging off a pull-up bar, it might be if you are pressing with a barbell or pressing with a dumbbell. Now, one of the things that I notice a lot with people that we coach that come in here for the first time is whenever they get into an overhead position, they tend to get into either an overextended position, or when they press, if we've got them pressing with dumbbells, they're going to press the dumbbells away from their body, so they're keeping it away from that center of gravity. So as a little bit of prep work before they start to press overhead, we want to try and get that T-spine open up and try and improve that overhead position. So here's two movements that we take people through to try and help do that. And you will need a little bit of equipment for it. Right now I've got a barbell, I've got a foam roller, and I've got a medicine ball. So the first movement that I'll take you through is what we refer to as a torture rack stretch. You'll see why in just a minute. So the way you're going to set up, you'll set up with the foam roller, just basically base of your shoulder blades, middle of your ribs. And then from there, what we're going to do, we'll get ourselves in a position where we're going to be able to reach back and grab a barbell overhead, both hands on there, full grip, and we're going to try and get our arms fully extended. Then from here, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop my hips down to the ground, okay? And I can do this as just a stretch where I relax into it for about 30 seconds, or if I can't get my hips to the ground, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this as a dynamic stretch. So still keep that full grip, those arms locked out, and then I'm just going to drop my hips as close as I can to the ground, pause for 3 seconds, breathe into it, and then I'll bring my hips back up. Then I'll go back down a little bit further until I can get to the point where I can rest on the ground and I can kind of get that chest opened up. From there, to finish off, you just bring your hips up, release the bar, and then sit up from there. So what I would do is I'd probably do either a set of 10, do maybe 3 sets of that if you can't get your hips to the ground, or hold for about 30 seconds to a minute, really getting that chest opened up. And you can superset that with the second movement. And what we're going to do with the lacrosse ball, we're actually going to use this to release the top of our lats. So we're looking to the back of the armpit. We're going to get onto our side. And then what we're going to do with our arm down, we're going to just kind of put as much pressure as we can on the side. I'm not going to do it, otherwise I'm not going to be able to talk while I do it. Elbow's going to be down. We're going to find where it's tight. Most of you will be, especially if you sit all day. You'll find that in there is going to be pretty gnarly. Find where that's nice and tight. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and bring my arm up and then bring it back down. And I'm going to do about 10 to 15 reps of that, keeping that pressure on that medicine ball. And I'm trying to move through this range of motion, getting that hand to that overhead position. What I want to avoid when I do that is kind of pressing out in front. I'm trying to reinforce that good position. So about 10 to 15 reps on each side. And a good way to structure this is to do it as a bit of a superset. So do, let's say 3 rounds, 30 second to a minute hold, or 10 dynamic variations of the torture rack stretch into 10 to 15 reps each side of that med ball lat release to try and get into that overhead position. Hit 3 rounds of that, and then you can go back to hanging, you can go back to pressing, and you'll probably find you'll get an immediate improvement in that overhead position. All right, that's it for this week. We'll see you for next week. As always, if you've got any questions, let us know. We'll see you soon. Bye.